Here to discuss stories making headlines in business is Ted Struley, editor of the Journal Record. Ted, Chesapeake Energy is continuing to restructure. What's the latest?
Well, CEO Doug Lawler's really doing what he promised to do when he took over the company last year. He promised he would keep them within budget and that he was going to reorganize. The latest step is that he said they're going to spin off or sell off their oil services company. So the part of Chesapeake that does hydraulic fracturing and trucking and some of those other services will get spun off, and they'll pay a third party to provide those.
Continental Resources is increasing production.
They have. They said they're going to triple production by 2017. That's part of the 5-year plan CEO Harold Hamm announced in 2012. They're actually ahead of schedule on that so far, thanks to their success in the Bakken.
Pension reform appears to have hit a wall at the legislature.
Well, it did. You know, the state employees and the firefighters unions kind of broke ranks with the AFL-CIO. They were negotiating with Republican legislators on their move from a fixed benefit retirement system to something that more resembles a 401k. And those two groups kind of split off, said they were tired of seeing state employee pay going down, and it kind of put an end to the negotiations.
Lawmakers are moving forward with legislation of interest to wine drinkers. What are they doing?
Well, the proposal is to allow wineries to ship wine in state. That's something Oklahoma wineries wanted to do. This bill would also let out-of-state wineries ship into Oklahoma.
The city of Shawnee and several tribes are at odds over sales tax revenue. Is there any progress on that?
Well, they've agreed to get together and talk about it on March 24th. The dispute is that the city says the tribes haven't turned in sales tax collected from non-tribal members. The tribes say the city really isn't out anything. There's no way to check because there's no way to audit those sovereign nations. So they're going to get together and see if they can work out a compromise later in March.
The Ford glass plant in Tulsa has been sold. Who's the buyer?
It was bought by an investment company whose leader is there in Tulsa. They spent $8.2 million to take over the building.
Ted Struley, editor of the Journal Record. Thank you.
My pleasure.